Libra, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late September, moving into early October 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in energy and see what's happening for the lovely Libra collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, Spirit Team, talk to me. What do we got for the lovely Libras in their zodiac season, late September into early October? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always intriguing. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Libra, late September, early October. What is the vibe? And while we get this first card out, I just want to wish you all a very happy birthday from me to you. Whether it's already passed, whether it's still coming up, I really hope you have a great one, my friends. Let's get it going. Thank you. Beautiful. Spiritual. Sleep. I like this card. It's the Helping Hands card. It's one of my favorite ones in this whole entire Oracle deck. So I always feel comforted whenever it shows up in a reading. There's just something about it that puts me at ease, which is really beautiful, super spiritual and angelic. Now, again, it's not all great. There could be some energies here that we want to watch out for, but to me, it's just super comforting. And before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the September subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So as you can see, if you look at the picture, we have this lady. It looks like she's taking a little nap, having a snooze, and she is surrounded by these hands, which seem to be upon her. So there's a lot of beautiful symbolism here. Now, for some of you, make sure you're getting proper rest. You might be having some issues sleeping. You might be having some really funky, vivid dreams. Maybe Spirit's trying to communicate to you through dream when we have this. Maybe there's something that Spirit's just trying to get through to you, if that's the case. But I like to call this the Helping Hands card, as I already mentioned. Now, it's a card of spiritual protection. Guides, spirit team, angels, that beautiful love and light energy that surrounds us. So if you're going through a difficult time, this is extremely reassuring because it's telling you, Libra, we're here. You're not alone. I got your back. It's a beautiful type of energy. Now, for some of you, if you're going through a difficult situation and you need assistance, don't be afraid to ask for it. Maybe someone needs your help with something. That could very much be the case. And I know Libras have big hearts. So don't be surprised if someone's like, Libra, I'm going through it. Can you help me out with something? So this card is very layered and dynamic. It could mean a lot of different things. But I love it for its comforting aspect. Okay? Just watch out with the overthinking. So we're just going to leave it at that. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for the lovely Libras. What is happening, please? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. Tons of people showed up in your reading last week. It was titled A Big Return. So there was like this underlying energy of like reuniting, someone popping back up, something from the past, needing to touch base with it. And there was just a lot of people in the energy. So again, I'm not sure if you're a very social Libra. A lot of you are, some of you aren't. But that energy could bleed over for a couple weeks where it's just very people-y. So we're going to see what shows up for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for the lovely Libras. What's happening? Late September, early October. Thank you. Hey, we got our good friend here starting us off, the King of Cups, a.k.a. Kyle of Cups himself without a beard. All right. I always like when he shows up for a visit. He's chilling there. He has his goblet. He's having a darn good time. Let's get a couple more. Let's see what else shows up for Libra. Late September, early October. 3 of Swords. Okay. So it's a mixed bag. I'm already seeing a mixed bag because there is like a really good comforting energy and then there's difficulty in the center. Let's get one more. Thank you. Okay. Queen of Cups. Tons of emotion. Tons of internal energy here this week, Libra. More so than I've seen for other signs this week. And that's okay. For some of you, this could be an energy that could be harnessed in a good way, but for some of you, really watch out for emotional overwhelm. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, let's talk about the elements. Very much water heavy. So we got our good pal Kyle of Cups chilling right there. We got the Queen of Cups on the back end. Water element, that's the realm of emotions and feelings, your inner world. Now, it can also be very creative and expressive. So, for some Libras, maybe the creative juices might start flowing. Maybe you need to let some emotion out. And there's various ways that you can do it, whether it's your physical activity or creating things. Just watch out for the emotional intensity because I'm already picking that up. That's showing up real strong. I like water, but sometimes it's too much, right? It could be a little extreme. Good for partnerships, relationships, people in our lives. But in the center, we have swords, which is one of your power elements, believe it or not, but it's kind of a difficult version of the realm of the mind, logic. It's very stern, very serious, and it could also be communication. So, again, we have a lot of people, we got communication, we have a lot of feelings. But the interesting thing is, all of this element is internal. So, it's like we have the heart and then we have the mind. We have that mixture. So, there's just a lot going on the inside. Let's go through and build this out piece by piece. Position number one, we have the King of Cups. Now, again, I already told you it's one of my favorites. Kings in tarot, in every suit, represent control of their suit. So we just spoke a little bit in depth about what the cups represent, the feelings, the emotions, the creativity, all that stuff, the internal world. So when I see the King of Cups, it's like, all right, I'm trying to keep my emotions in check. Okay, it's like I'm trying to stay even, I'm trying to stay balanced, I'm trying to keep this under control. I do like this card again for all the things we've already mentioned that are positive about the cups. This is a very open, comforting card. This is like a shoulder to lean on, someone to talk to. It's just a full expression of love and emotion. So, like, very intense, super intense, especially with the Queen on the back end. But what could be the challenge with the King of Cups? A little too intense, a little too overwhelming when we flip them in reverse. This could be an energy that gets a little bit out of hand. Right? This could be an energy that goes off the rails. So again, watch out for that. I mean, easier said than done. I like the King of Cups here. I don't necessarily feel like it's bad, but to me, it's like I'm trying to keep a feeling bottled up. I'm trying to stay even. I'm trying to stay balanced. That's very Libra-like. So we'll circle back on him. This could also represent substance and overindulgence in its rougher form. So watch out for stuff like that. Now, moving to the middle, so we have the king, and I don't want to make him a bad thing. Again, he could be a full expression of love. Okay. But in the center, we have the Three of Swords. Now, very iconic piece of imagery. We see the three swords cutting through the heart. Now, in the positive sense, or one of the silver linings of this card, aside from its iconic nature where you see it everywhere, and it's like, oh, yeah, I've seen that before. The Three of Swords is on a spectrum. So it could be very minor, right? This could be just a couple of gloomy days. You could just be feeling a little bit down. For some of you, it could be a little nerves or anxiety. It doesn't have to be the sky falling, but at the same time, the Three of Swords could be very difficult. It could be a problem or a situation we want to look at because it could be a broken heart, it could be betrayal, and all that kind of stuff. So, as you can see, when we have all this cup energy and the Three of Swords, of course, it's going to make me cautious in a reading. Again, it doesn't have to be you. It might be somebody else, right? Like, it could be someone you're connected to. So we'll look at the Three of Swords. The good thing about it, though, the big silver lining to the Three of Swords to me is that it's not permanent. It's an energy where it's this too shall pass. This energy will get better. It will improve. It's not permanent. Now, moving to the back end, we got the Queen of Cups chilling right there. So, again, lots of big water sign energy Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. She is very similar to the King, but she has a very different or very dynamic difference. Queens don't represent control of the suit, they represent the internal aspect of the suit. So, with all the stuff we spoke about with the Queen of Cups, you can double it and triple it in terms of strength to the king. So when we're talking about emotion, this queen feels everything, highly intuitive. So again, for a lot of Libras, your energetic sensitivity could be through the roof. You could be feeling things, and it's like, oh, I don't even understand what I'm feeling here, but I'm feeling it. Like that's just the energy I always get from her. And again, she's a full expression of love and emotion. She's beautiful, she's creative, and she is comforting. But at the same time, she can bottle things up. Right? Whereas like the king is trying to balance things out, she can suppress. That's the downside of the Queen of Cups, where something is just so intense that I have to push it down, down, down to the ground. So we want to look out for it because sometimes with the Queen of Cups, that's where I see emotional volatility, emotional eruptions or explosions. So we do want to look at it further. So again, this reading could go well. I mean, with the king and queen, that could also represent soul ties, soul connections, partnerships that mean quite a lot to us, like a great deal of importance on a connection. But I want to dive deeper on all of it, Libra. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for my good friends. What is happening for the lovely Libras, my guides? Talk to me. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on Mr. King of Cups. Let's see what he's doing there. And yeah, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Libra, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, King of Cups. Why is the king here? Thank you. Okay, just so many people. So many people. Like, this is to the point where it's almost aggressive. Like, you know, when someone, they get in their feelings and they get so sad that they become angry? That's how this feels to me in a way. So again, the emotional volatility is off the charts. The amount of people that we've been seeing in the last 2 weeks, off the charts. So if you are energetically sensitive, please do your best, whether it's meditation, prayer, crystal healing, you name it. Ground your energy down, because I think for a lot of Libras, you're extra susceptible to the energy of the people around you in this time. I'm not saying that you're in rough shape, but the people around you or someone around you might be. So the Queen of Wands, fire sign. So we got Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. She's usually good. She's usually very confident. So I'm not disliking this completely. Like I said, I gave you that first message where someone might get so sad that they get mad. But at the same time, King of Cups, Queen of Wands, it's like, okay, I feel good. It's like, I feel good. So it could be someone that's trying to think positive, stay positive, keep a very optimistic mindset, where it's like, I got this, I'm good. It's like I'm coaching myself. That's how this feels to me. So we're going to have to see how the rest of it plays out. But there's this little volatility here where it switches. It switches from like soft and a little down to aggressive and in your face. So it's like a lot of stuff. Let's keep moving over to the Three of Swords. Yeah, we might want to keep a very close eye on this. Let's see what's up with the three, and we'll do the Queen of Cups, because I feel like she's going to be very important. There's just so many people in your energy, Libra. So many. So why is the Three of Swords here for my good friends? Thank you. Another person. Okay, so we have the Knight of Swords in reverse underneath this Three of Swords. It's an energy that seems to stop in its tracks. Okay, it's like an energy, it's like, oh, I feel good about this. This is nice. This is going well. And then, boom, this energy comes in, which is another thing I've been seeing for you in recent weeks, where it's like an energy just pops in, boop, out of the blue. It's like, whoa, what's going on here? Now, it doesn't feel as volatile and as rough as it has in recent weeks, but it's there, right? Like, it's an energy that has like an after effect. So just know there might be situations that you should take seriously, or serious situations you're going through, where the people around you might be going through, where there's like a ripple, there's like an aftershock, where it's like, okay, that happened, but there's still fallout. There's still more to go. That's just how it feels to me. So again, it doesn't have to be like a terrible, treacherous ending or something being stopped in its tracks. It's just more of like a ripple effect or a shock wave. So again, there could be some serious situations here that need your attention, especially with the Knight of Swords in reverse. Um, Usually he's in the upright, he's moving forward, he's not looking back, he's very aggressive and just fast, and it's one of your power cards. When it shows up in reverse underneath the Three of Swords, it's like, whoa, 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 don't gloss over this. Give this your full attention. So there could be, again, a serious situation that really needs your full attention. We're going to keep moving. I don't know why so many people are involved. I don't know why. For some Libras, I don't think this is the best thing. So try your best not to involve too many people in something. Let's just keep going. Could be people with a lot of opinions too. Let's go in on the Queen. It's like we have a whole family here with the King, the Queen, another Queen. We got the Knight of Swords. Let's see what Queen of Cups has for our recap. So why is she here? Thank you. And another person. Like, this is almost, I'm befuddled. I'm confounded. I'm flabbergasted. So the Knight of Wands in reverse underneath this Queen of Cups. Yeah, take a minute. Be kind to yourself in this time, regardless of what's going on. So whether you got good things going on or rough things going on, self-care is super important. Be kind to yourself. Don't blame yourself for things. Don't take too much of a burden on yourself. And that's just how the Queen of Cups, Knight of Wands feels to me. It's like, just take a breath. Don't shoulder too much of the blame on yourself. I don't know why that's coming through the way it's coming through, but there's just so many people, so many personalities, so many different ways the energy seems to be going. So this can also give some Libras a sense of confusion, like what next? Like what next? Now the Knight of Wands is very similar to the Queen. Okay, he is also similar to the Knight of Swords. These are cards of communication. They're also cards of action. So when we see him in reverse underneath this Queen of Cups, it's like take a breath, take a second, make sure you're taking care of yourself and don't be too hard on yourself. Because if you don't, this energy can absolutely be an emotional eruption or an emotional explosion, right? Like if you don't take care, if you don't, like if you shoulder too much, at some point that energy will build up and it will explode forth. So watch out for like the emotional explosions. That's just how it feels to me, where it's just overflowing. Let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow. Very complex, just like last week. Bit of a different flavor though. But if you kindly look in the box, position number one, I mean, throughout the whole reading, 5 of the 6 cards are court cards. So people, people, people. So again, you might be very susceptible to the feelings, emotions, and energies of other people. Watch out for group dynamics as well. But we got the King of Cups, we got the Queen of Wands chilling right there in the upright. Now, if any of these are positive, I'd say this is probably the most positive. Um, the only warning I have here is someone going from sad to angry, where it's like someone gets so sad that they get mad about something. So watch out for mood switches, mood changes within people because they could be very unpredictable. But at the same time, I get somebody like trying to coach themselves, where it's like, no, I got this, I'm good. This is what it is. They're trying to keep their head on straight. Moving to the middle, we have the Three of Swords with the Knight of Swords in reverse. So yeah, serious situation here that needs your full attention. And it's something that has shock waves. It's something that has a ripple effect. It's not like a one and done. It's not like, all right, well, that happened. That's over and done with. No, it's like situation arises and there's things happening like a domino effect because of it. So again, there could be a serious situation that needs your attention. Moving to the back end, we got the Queen of Cups, Knight of Wands in reverse. Don't be too hard on yourself in general. And for those of you that are having a good week and these are other people's energies, maybe Spirit's just saying take some time for yourself, do some self love and self care, and don't put too much weight on your shoulders. Again, some of you could be feeling so many different things that it could be confusing. Okay, so very peculiar reading this week, Libra. Please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. And if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this card out. Let's hope it's not another court card. I mean, it's going to be what it's going to be, right? If it's another person, it's another person. It's not. Okay, cool. We get a little bit of variety here, Libra. So we have the Two of Swords. This is a card that belongs in the shadows. And it's interesting that I was just speaking about like potential confusion due to so much energy. And we get the card of confusion showing up here. Now, the Two of Swords, the person, it's nighttime, the moon is there, they're blindfolded and hoodwinked. So this does imply certain things that just don't make sense. So again, whether it's things that you're feeling, a way that somebody's acting, it's like this logically doesn't compute. Something isn't adding up. For some of you, just expect the unexpected in this time. I'm not trying to be a fear monger or anything like that. But the Two of Swords, especially in the shadows, is like, all right, well, there could be some things coming up that you don't quite see. But at the same time, it's a card that belongs there in the shadows. So for another portion of you, some things might be better not to know. So I know that's a lot, Libra. So only take that how it hits for you. But that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The September subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation, you could book a personal reading with me at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The September calendar is already live, so we could have ourselves a little chat. But for the September subscriber surprise, giving away 3 copies of one of my favorite decks ever, the Everyday Witches Tarot. It's great for beginners and experienced readers. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the zodiac signs, which ones do you get along best with? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As usual, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.